Now it's Jackson. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Buda Baker with a pick. He's just got to be thinking, I hope that's not a harbinger of things to come. Very first pass of the afternoon, picked.
And where do you go from here? Because when you start that way, do you allow that to seep into you and stay with you the rest of the game? Or do you find a way out of it? We're going to find out.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Smith. Now this is taken in by the tight end, Bryson Hopkins. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. Smith on 1st down. He's going to air one out. And this is going to be intercepted. And Xavier Woods with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
A 3-yard pickup.
Coming up on 2nd and 7. Now it's Jackson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
He was trying to get that one out to his running back out of the backfield, but that one was read and timed perfectly, and they were able to break it up.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Jackson from the shotgun. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line.
By the Rams.
First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. They're still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A great effort there. with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Rams add on to their lead. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. Throwing is Jackson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. It's caught inside the 25. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers get the quick strike touchdown. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us.
36-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Second and 7. Now they try the right side here. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Jaylen Brown. An 8-yard pickup. And
on first down, it's Smith. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd.
Now Smith. Here's Moss with a catch out of the backfield. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
And they pick up a first down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a fullback playing in that spot.
Well, times have changed, right? The old school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college with all the spread offenses, not very many pro style where you actually have a true fullback. We're having to make do in the NFL and put guys in that spot who emulate it but aren't necessarily that position. Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again, Smith. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. That time. And now it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. It was Von Miller who shot in there to get him down. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback because he had no chance to block him.
The field goal is
So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive 1st and 10. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
And he'll be tackled at about the 35.
He's brought down by...
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
On 3rd down, Pearson. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And he's going to get this one all the way down to the Rams' 14-yard line. A big play on 3rd there for the Steelers. 51 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. They run the counter. Pearson. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
The ball carrier.
And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are able to make this a close game again. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game.
Rams 17. Steelers 14.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
The ball carried by number 26.
12 yards there and a first down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And a short gain down to about the 33. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Here's Smith.
At the 33-yard line.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. Throwing is Smith. Got a man. It's Mims. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Rams tack on to their advantage.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the second half, give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
13. Blue dead. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 51.
From the gun, Jackson. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
On the deep ball. Minka Fitzpatrick on the coverage.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
53's the Mike. 53. Check 53. Let's make these babies.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And unable to connect. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. On first down, Pearson, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down, and you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. On 2nd and 7, Jackson flush to his right. Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 46, and the return stops at the 39-yard line. Tough one there. First drive of the 3rd quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now it's Smith. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. Throwing again on 2nd down. Smith letting one go deep for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as he... These guys will get the football back.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
16-yard line.
Warren, 53's mine. Check, 53's mine. That's right, baby. They don't want it. Tight go, tight go, tight go. Hey, and we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
And the play clock running down, so Mike Tomlin burns a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
No. 56 is the mic. Yeah. Cut. 56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. Let's go. 56, the mic, boys. 56. Shut up.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Here's Jamie Gillen now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. On the return, Johnson. $34 yards on the return, but for a moment looked like he had a shot to go all the way. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Hassan Reddick came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Second down.
So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Forced out to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. Good yardage there on the scramble, and all of a sudden they're left with a 3rd and 2, much more manageable.
But it brings up third down.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And he's got the completion to Hopkins.
Abrams.
And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A nice pickup there, 10 yards. Looking to throw. Abrams. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
Number 26.
The first down screen pass, good for 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 5-yard line.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Now that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on third down. That way you don't lose any yardage. I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted.
Makes the score.
So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Throwing quickly, that's caught by Brown out wide. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. That one a first down pickup of 8.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Buda Baker with a pick. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
14.
On 1st and 10, Abrams, and his throw is incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And Xavier Woods with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Just don't want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Flushed out right. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Here's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And all the way down to the 7-yard line.
That is definitely what we call our defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up. They'll keep it on the ground. Pearson. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Steelers have now made this a one-score game. And the lead will shrink to 6.
Makes the score Rams 27, Steelers 21.
So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback, because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A.
Gain of 12.
Back to throw. Abrams. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. J.C. Jackson there defensively to knock it away.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Smith. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Here's Smith on 3rd down. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. A great effort there. There to make the grab. And the Rams add on to their lead. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
21. Tucker McCann set to kick off.
McCann's got it teed up. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just take it at the 25-yard line.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush.
That's caught inside the 20. And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory.
1st and 10 at the 13.
Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. He's going to take off with it. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
From the gun, a give to Hyde. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
Operating from the gun. Jackson, flush to his right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, it's been a tough go for them. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll try and run for it. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers are able to make this a close game again. He's got the hat trick. 3 touchdowns now.
Did you throw yours? Did you throw yours?
I didn't have mine. You've got yours. You've got one of those Abe Lincoln hats.
Yeah, and that stovepipe is going right out there for a nose for the end zone. 3rd time today. I think he deserves a tip of the cap.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Smith. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
It's a gain of 32.
A gain of 32 that time.
Los Angeles.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Smith. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Number 26.
That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
1st down.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
The ball carried.
Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Throwing now, Smith. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game. At the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity?
Oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
McCann's kick up and good. And that will extend their lead even further. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, you know, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Now a desperation throw deep down. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this one into the end zone. And all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They've got the lead by 3, late stages of the game. What's the message here? Just hang on to the football? Is it that simple?
That's exactly right, because ball security is paramount. And you got a small cushion. A field goal can tie you, but you don't even think that way. Just take care of the ball, close out the game.
Will they close it out? We're about to find out. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
First down, Rams.
Now a handoff looking right. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. And he'll give it here to his running back. They get 5 yards on the run there. Still left staring at a 3rd and about 14. And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14. Looking to throw. Abrams. He'll fire a desperation throw for the end zone. And that is incomplete.
Today's final score, Rams 38.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Los Angeles, it'll be a .500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll have another road date next week with the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they'll sink now to 0-4. And fortunately for them, they'll have the early bye next week as they return to action in Week 6. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.